Now inside Home Model, we have the Home View model. So we should change the model here. So we'll say Add Model, and we'll go to Rocky.models.viewModels. In there we have our Home View model. In here we want to remove all of this, and we'll just add a div, give it a class of container. Within that container, we will add a div, give it a class of text center. And in there, first thing we want is we want to display all of the categories, but we want to display in a button format. Along with displaying all the categories, I want to display another button to select all the categories. So we'll add a button here, and we'll add some bootstrap classes of btn dark, and I'll add a custom class here, which is filter button. We do not have this bootstrap class, but we will be using that to toggle. We'll use data filter here, and we'll call this as all. We'll name this button as all, and this will be using to filter the data. Then we want a for each loop, and in there we'll do variable obj in. We have our model, so at model dot, we have the categories. Here we have list of all the categories. So for each one of them, we want to add a button just like this. We'll copy and paste it here. Rather than danger here, I want it dark. We'll change that. And all the others, I'll make it as outline secondary. Then the data filter must resolve with the category name. So that is inside model, or right here we have the obj.name. And then if you notice, some of the category might have a space. In data filter, we cannot allow space. So we will replace the space with an underscore. And here for the name, we'll call it what is the name, which is obj.name. Let's save this and let's run our application and see how things look like. Great, so now you see all of the categories here, and all is selected in the dark shade. That is exactly what we wanted. Now before we work on what happens when you click and how to toggle all the data, let's display all of the individual products right here. So for that, we'll close the application here, and we have the main div, which is text center. Outside of that, I'll add a line here, and I'll add another div, give it a class of row. And then what I want to do is I want to display products for each of the item that I have inside the list of all the products. So variable, I'll say prod in model dot, we have the products, which is the list of all the product. And in here, we want to display all product. Now, since we have to display all the products, we can write that logic right here, or we can separate it out in a partial view. The reason we would want to separate it out in a partial view is in future, if we want to use that particular individual piece in another part of our application, we can directly use that. So in the next video, let's see how we can add a view model.